Yeah, nah. And then I got good sometimes at like catching it on my foot to try to like slow down the fall.
You know what I hate? I
Kinda
hate.
like-
So you just kick the phone. you
No,
drop the
like,
phone
I
and
don't
you
kick
just...
it. I like it's like. Well, yeah. Sometimes if I fuck it up, I just kick it across the room.
Oh my
but like
God.
you do like the soccer first touch. Anyway, top left of the map here. Let me intro.
Okay.
Top left of the map here, the red Protoss. This is the Taiwanese Protoss, ButAlways.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Singaporean Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Hyper 1. It is LeoRusher. I get what you're saying. You're like,
It's weird. Well, when people like throw, if you throw rubbish into a bin from across the room, you're like, Kobe, RIP. But if you catch something on your foot, like first touch, you don't say, Messi. Why is that?
I don't think Messi has reached that level though, right? Has he?
I think so. Like Messi and Ronaldo should be at that level of famous.
They should be. Do you think it has to be?
I think it just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nah. Messi has a ring. You can say Messi. You can say Messi, right? Like Ronaldo, sure. Like
Yeah,
like a
we could make it happen.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think you just need an initiative. You need like an initiative of like Zoomers to start saying it, and it'll catch on.
I heard the funniest version of that Kobe joke recently. Yeah, we'll get Eber on it. I heard someone saying to this other person, one of them was like, oh, like, I was having such a bad time, I was bawling my eyes out. The other guy's, Kobe.
Oh my God.
So good.
You're all Adams. You're all Adams. Oh my God. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Mate, now that you have a new phone, the worst thing about new phones, I'm assuming this is the case with your phone, is I hate that there aren't earphone jacks anymore. It's actually the worst because I just got AirPods. Fun fact, I got AirPods at the airport just because I needed them, and then I would like to listen to music and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I have reached an issue where like I'm listening to like whatever, and then it runs out of battery, and I just have to. I can't. I just have to put. I just can't listen to anything anymore. It just runs out of battery, and I'm just screwed.
That's crazy. Mine take ages to run out of battery. Mine were like $40. Like I got the cheapest one I could get from JB Hi-Fi, and they have heaps of battery.
Like how long?
I think I've recharged them once since I bought them. Like
oh my God.
50 hours or something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like mine lasts like 6 hours.
Oh, no, that's crazy. You should just get the ones I got. I don't know what the brand were, but they last forever.
Yeah, because like because I had some previous Bluetooth earphones from like years ago, and now I basically have to rotate. I have to rotate between them, like 6-hour intervals, basically. Like if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I feel like he maybe just got bad ones. Because yeah, mine seemed pretty good. Because that annoyed me as well. I was putting off getting AirPods. I really liked getting like the $10 Kmart ones with the audio jack or with the lightning.
Yeah.
And my phone now does still have the lightning port, so I can use those if I want. But I decided to get the AirPods. I find them annoying though. So I run with them and they start to fall out of my ear. And then I go to adjust them and it pauses the music. It's actually so annoying.
Yeah. For me, I don't know if your AirPods are like this, but like if you take one AirPod off, it like detects you have it off, so like it just stops the audio, and you have to have them both.
No, mine's split. You can put one back in the case, and the other one just works on its own.
No, yeah, but yeah, so you have to put it in the case for it to happen.
No,
I just want to take it off.
But if you touch one, it pauses it.
Okay.
Mine are just really sensitive. Like if you go anywhere near it, it just pauses the music. It's so annoying.
Fair enough.
As a big attack coming out here from ButAlways does snipe one of these stalkers here. Oh, and LeoRusher tries to get a bit extra scouting with that stalker, loses that one too. He could be in some serious trouble now.
He really could. We only have one shield battery here. Overcharge is soon to be available. The sentries are going to be going down. The Immortal, I think, quite a bunch here. And we're out of energy. Where's the overcharge? We don't have enough energy for it.
The Sentry DPS, insane. This is a really interesting build. I wonder if this is a new build that's kind of become possible now. Maybe it's easier to be more aggressive with these 3 Sentry openings.
Yeah, the Sentries just add so much more DPS than they used to. Behind this, we have Glaives on the way, by the way, so there's a second layer to this push from ButAlways. At the same time, we dive on top of the Prism. Prism does go down the overcharge. It gets the power, the Artosis
Oh,
pylon.
just out of range. Yeah, Leo had a second pylon coming at the perfect time, but it looks like it's a single hex out of range. That is devastating.
Yeah, just slightly misplaced there. If we do dive on top of the Immortal's going to be going down, but there's just so much left over here. And ButAlways, he breaks through the defensive line, cleans up the army, takes down every single worker here at the natural. And LeoRusher, he has nothing left.
Yeah, he's trying to hold on, but I mean, behind this as well, ButAlways, he's going to that next step. He's preparing a follow-up all-in, throwing down 4 more gateways, getting Glaives as well, so it's going to be a Glaives Immortal all-in as a follow-up. So even if LeoRusher did somehow hold on, did somehow stay in this game, there's no way he's holding the next attack.
And there is no way here, as we're just slowly stepping forward here into the main base. We have 2 Stalkers left. Blink is done. We're able to blink on back towards that main base. We can maybe hold with some reinforcements. Remember, the War Prism was sniped, and ButAlways, he's running out of units.
He is running out of units, but I mean, Leo at the same time is running out of probes, and he might be expecting this to be some kind of 1 base all-in. Maybe that's why he's staying in the game here, but it isn't. ButAlways has got plenty of probes at the natural.
Yeah, plenty of saturation here on 2 bases. 40 workers to the 16 of LeoRusher, and here come the reinforcements. The army's going to be passing by each other. The Prism looking a bit exposed. We might be able to come across it once again. The Prism is going to get picked up.
Yeah, Prism goes down. Not really going to matter too much, but I mean, at least something's going the way of Leo.
At least he catches the Warp Prism there, as yeah, we get across the map. Adepts, they just waddle into the main base. We do force a warp in here. We have a couple of workers, a couple of Stalkers. Boys are being pulled, but in towards Glaive Adepts. Bear that in mind. The workers are going to get annihilated.
Yeah. Worker pull into Glaive Adepts, not exactly what you want to be seeing now that the new Cyclones are gone. I think that's probably the next worst thing you could pull your probes into. And GG is called.
GG, well played. ButAlways is going to take a lead in this series. Again, a very chaotic game there. Was able to take it in the end. Again, LeoRusher unfortunately just did not have eyes on this ahead of time, and was woefully underprepared for the push. And as you mentioned, Jack, a really interesting push as well with the new Sentry.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like you can do these weird plays where you're opening up in more of a standard macro way, and normally you wouldn't have a push at that timing, but now you do. So seeing some new stuff. It's cool.
Oh, yeah. Definitely some new stuff there as we're hopping servers back over to the Americas. It looks like we're going to be alternating Taiwan to Singapore, Taiwan and Singapore over and over again. So yeah, we are going to be hopping over, and hopefully it doesn't slow us down too much, but I'm hoping we can bounce back here. This does mean that here in Game 2, LeoRusher will have the server advantage.
Yeah, so we are just going to be jumping between those two, and hopefully, yeah, Leo can get one back on the board, and we can have not another 3-0. It'd be nice to have a bit more of a competitive best of 5 here, and I know Leo can definitely do that.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't want to see.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can see from here what brand my earphones are, but yeah, they were just like the cheapest ones from JB. They were only $40.
Yeah, I just got the official AirPods, but I got like Gen 1 AirPods. So.
Oh no. Wait, the official AirPods only last 6 hours? That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure like the newer AirPods last a lot longer, but yeah, the ones I have.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that can be the problem now. I've noticed that especially lately, like with new tech. Because tech moves so fast now. Getting like a really cheap, crappy version of something's better than getting something that's like 2-3 years old. Alright, looks like we're just taking a little bit of time to host up the map. Oh no. I think neither of them can remember the map.
I mean, I don't remember either, I'll be honest, I don't know.
I didn't even look, yeah.
These AirPods were expensive. Like they were like $200 or something.
Yeah.
AirPods
Yeah, I never went original Apple. Yeah. So I remember as well, I wanted to get the Apple Lightning earphones, but I just always got the cheap knockoff ones.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But I mean, I'm making do. I just alternate. I just switch back and forth. Smooch.
Yeah, they're very weird though. I find they have problems as well. I swear this happened. I was running past someone and I think they must have been pairing at the same time, and we like paired to each other because I like cut out and then cut back in.
Oh no.
I didn't hear anything that was going on theirs, but that would have been kind of funny. I don't know. I feel like they're very temperamental. And they talk to you. That was the weirdest part.
They talk to you?
My one has like, yeah. So I didn't realize for ages, if I hold mine down for like 2 seconds, there's a low latency mode and a music mode. But I didn't know this for ages. So I would just be like putting my earphones on and trying to like pause them or trying to change like the song, and it'd be like low latency mode.
I do need to look at the instructions because I know there's like I'm sure there's like a way to like change the track or adjust volume and stuff, and I just depending on how you tap your AirPods, like I don't know how that's done.
I don't know if they're all the same. So my one, if you double tap, it goes like previous next track, and if you triple tap, it changes the volume. But the problem is that you look like such a tool when you're doing it, because you're like, it looks like you're like tapping in a code to do some like Men in Black like secret agent thing. It's really weird. I don't like doing it when people are watching. I usually like wait till I get past someone.
You're like feeling self-conscious by your AirPods.
Yeah.
Fair.
Because it looks like you're trying to like operate a teleporter or something. They're so weird.
I would feel that way if I had like an Apple Watch or something, right? Like where you're like,
or if you're outside.
If you're outside and you're like, you know, trying to like call in Scotty so we can beam you up or something, like with your Apple Watch. Like
exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like you're like, yeah, trying to like tap your walkie-talkie or something.
No, I'm not quite there yet.
And you're just like, I don't leave my house.
True, that's how you fix it. You just don't go outside. There you go.
But then you just use the headphones. You don't need the earphones.
But I don't have an audio jack.
What are you doing right now?
Oh, I mean, yeah, but that's on my PC though.
Okay.
What if I want to listen to music in the kitchen?
On the toilet, yeah.
Exactly.
As spawning in the bottom left hand. Alright, I'm gonna come back to that. I don't like that. In the bottom left hand corner of the map, representing Hyper One, this is Singaporean Brothers, LeoRusher.
And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing himself. It is ButAlways.
Okay. So, I have this weird thing where when I was a kid, I used to always have cereal for breakfast, and I'd like eat it in the kitchen because we had like a countertop table. And I'd listen to music, and I'd have both my earphones in. And then one time, my mom told me that I was like making this noise every time I ate, but I just didn't know because I would always have both earphones in. And so it turned out that like every time I took a mouthful, it was kind of like a moan, honestly. Like I would take a mouthful and then be like, like after every mouthful, I was just going,
You're like, I really like this cereal, mate. Let me tell you.
I really do like cereal.
Oh god.
But I had no idea that I did it, and now I'm so self-conscious that I can't eat food with 2 earphones in. I have to take one earphone off or like one ear of the headphone off. Even if I'm just like at home by myself. I have to take one side off so I can hear myself, just in case I'm like making some weird noise while I'm eating. I'll be like, yum, yum.
The trauma that was induced at an early age. You're like, now you just can't eat while listening to music. It's just burned into you.
It was, yeah. So now, if I'm eating or if I'm cooking, even if I'm just at home by myself, I'll switch to speaker. But for some reason, it's the same for using the bathroom as well.
Oh my god. Who's gonna listen to you?
I could.
What do you mean?
I can't, but like, I also have the idea of like, if the music is pretty loud, it'd be like echoing in the bathroom.
I
don't know why I don't like that.
Good. I mean, you're making other noises.
I don't know,
in the
like to be able to
bathroom,
hear.
I don't know why you're
Exactly.
worried about that.
I want to know how much noise I'm making.
Oh my god. So one base all in, by the way. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go as we are sliding into game number 2.
Gonna be a 3-gate robo.
Yeah, we're gonna have 3 gates in the main base. We have a proxy robo across the map. Quickly checking the vision here of a LeoRusher. He did confirm the second pylon that's missing. He does have a probe out on the map and being active. He knows that something is wrong, but he's yet to confirm whether it's a committed or a fake proxy pylon as the army is about to arrive. LeoRusher, he does have a safety shield battery in the main base though.
Yeah, it looks like Leo's got a decent idea of what's going on. He comes out, does put some pressure on, gets that first stalker, but trades it out for one of his own stalkers. The shield battery is nicely placed here, and he's got his own prism. I really like that. It's going to help him micro here against the stalkers of ButAlways.
Yeah, as you said, just a really solid setup. It's going to be 3 gates for LeoRusher, so he's able to keep up with the production of his opponent. As you mentioned, he does have that war prism, so he can reinforce. He can also juggle his units. He can get into immortal production. The bigger the first immortal is already on the way. Honestly, a really solid setup here from LeoRusher, and I'm not so certain if ButAlways can really break this position.
Yeah, this could be a good opportunity for Leo to get back with that 1-1. I love this Adept here as well. He's just scouting, making sure that he keeps an eye on everything that's going on here. It's just the one Immortal so far from ButAlways, and looks like Leo, he wants to at least break that shield or see if he can get any units. Good micro so far, but the shield battery is spent.
Yeah, LeoRusher does juggle back. As you mentioned, shield battery is out of energy. We are going to be able to take down the pylon. We depower the shield battery at least, but behind this, no backup shield batteries here for LeoRusher, but he does have the concave. He's able to force back the army.
Yeah, one Adept going to be going down here. How is ButAlways going to try to make his way through here? The Immortal up the front. Looks like Leo's going to be using that shield just to get a bit of extra DPS, and now both Immortals are bruised off.
Both Immortals are bruised. Shield battery is going to be going down. Again, I'm a little bit surprised that LeoRusher hasn't thrown down a backup shield battery. It's a bit of a bold move here for him not to throw it down. Oh, he's supply blocked as well. That pylon is brutal. 3 pylons, 4 pylons on the way.
Yeah, the second Immortal is here as well. This is a pretty key moment here for ButAlways. Feels like Leo is falling behind when it comes to the army supply.
Yeah, again, this supply block is brutal. He is unable to make that second Immortal, but at the same time, we're diving on top of the army. Does have a decent force to begin with as well. Going to be able to force this back once again. Oh, doesn't quite get another Stalker. Oh, that's one.
Yeah, it doesn't get the Stalker. It does get a Sentry there. He just saves his gateway, but he has to fight now. Almost loses the Immortal. That was so close, and the Immortals of ButAlways looking very healthy. That's going to be scary for Leo here, who is not looking too safe here.
Oh, and not looking too safe whatsoever. That Immortal's so low. Still no second Immortal here from LeoRusher because of the supply block. It a shade into the main base. Probes are going down, and that is creating an opening here as we finally take down the gateway. We're trying to force our way into the main base. LeoRusher is down to 1 working gateway.
Yeah, losing those 2 gateways at the front, pretty devastating. Does give him more surface area to work with at the ramp, so he should be able to keep this out. But yeah, ButAlways, he is mixing up his attack now, sending in 4 Adepts.
Yeah, the Adepts, they continue to threaten those shades. We force our way up the ramp. Cybercore is under threat. Overcharge is going to be popped, is within range here, and LeoRusher, he can take a fight. Or he can try to, but that's 4 Immortals.
Yeah, shield battery overcharge has been committed. Almost loses that Immortal. Every single Immortal of ButAlways is still alive. All 4 of them, and they are so healthy. They're going to be DPSing straight through that shield battery overcharge, and it looks like ButAlways has done it.
Yeah, 4 Immortals, just far too much firepower. Finally, the second Immortal of LeoRusher has arrived, but it may be too little too late. We do get a surround. We are trading well here, but LeoRusher is down to 3 probes. His economy, it's non-existent.
Yeah, And great micro from ButAlways as well, keeping all of those immortals alive.
Yeah, exactly. GG gets called with that, ButAlways takes a 2-0 lead in the series.
GG. That was a very close game. It looks like Leo had enough there to hold on, but just a few small positioning wins there for ButAlways, taking out the pylon, taking out the gateway, and like you said, that supply block was quite brutal.
Yeah, it was so brutal there. That delayed the second immortal for so long, despite the fact that we had the resources, we had the minerals and gas for it, but we could not spend our money, and potentially that was game then and there, and ButAlways able to pull off that one-way soul in despite the fact that LeoRusher looked like he was so prepared for it, wasn't able to defend.
Yeah, I do think Leo was pretty well prepared. It was just some small differences in the execution. It looks like for a moment there, it looks like he had everything he needed, but it just wasn't quite enough anyway.
Was not quite enough, and now with that, we're getting into game number 3. As a reminder, it's a best of 5. ButAlways needs one more. Onomas, one more win here to claim his spot in the closed qualifier. LeoRusher has to fight back here and now. Also, they don't know what map to play on. They're animals, man. They're animals.
Pen and paper.
True.
Do any of these gamers know how to use a pen and paper?
Shaking my head. But yeah, I'm the opposite when it comes to like listening to music or like listening to like a podcast or like a show or something. I feel like I always have to have something going. Like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not like listening to something while I'm like cooking or being active in the house, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I do listen to music while I'm cooking. I just don't use headphones.
You just need to like listen to yourself.
Yeah.
I understand.
What if I have like ambient cooking noises? What if I'm cooking really well and I just let one out?
Is that a bad thing though? Like, right? Like, you know, there are people that like sing while they're cooking and stuff like that, you know, and they like get in the zone.
Yeah, I do sing while I'm cooking, but on the speaker, so I can hear myself.
Okay.
Anyway, bottom right hand corner here, in the red, the Protoss here, up 2-0, 1 win away from qualification into the closed qualifiers. This is ButAlways.
And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as a bottom, we have the blue Protoss player from land of Singapore representing Team Hyper 1. Down in the series, he has to fight back here and now to force an extended series. Can he bring it back? It is LeoRusher.
Okay, so the other thing as well is I feel like you need the ASMR experience of cooking too. Like you need like the sizzle of like the meat on the pan. You need the like chopping sound. Like you need the full audio of the chopping sound when you're like chopping stuff up.
You need the immersion of the environment of the kitchen, right? To like really, you know, to cook.
You need to let the food speak to you. Or moan to you.
Oh my god. God.
That's how you become a true chef.
I'm just thinking, I just picture you cooking just cooking in your kitchen and moaning every now and then, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just an apron as well.
Exactly. Oh, we're aping each other. Let's
Nothing
go.
Nothing else. Just an apron.
Yeah,
Alright, looks like
I've never worn an apron before.
Oh, you just completely nude. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Right, sometimes, you know, you have like the oil like sparkling like out of the pan, but you gotta feel it on you. You know, you gotta feel alive while you're cooking.
Yeah, you're not really cooking properly if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same as being able to hear the sounds. You have to like feel the warmth of the oil.
You have to feel the heat of the pan. You oil yourself.
You have to suffer a bit.
Yeah.
Like all good art requires a little bit of suffering.
Exactly.
I feel like there's actually an Anthony Bourdain quote that's like along the same lines.
it all comes full circle here, right? You need just that pain. You need to play the StarCraft to, you know, just enjoy life.
Alright, so this looks like pretty rough build it matchup for LeoRusher. He's going for, I think, just a vanilla 3-gate, and he's coming up against a 3-gate Robo again.
Yeah, it's going to be 3-gate Robo. It's basically the same build from ButAlways 2 games in a row. He does come across the proxy. He's fully aware of what's going on. Does have the proxy out of the map. He has a comparable production to work with, and he's going for a 4th gateway back at home.
Okay, I like this. So he is just going to try to outmatch him with Stalkers, and I think it's really going to come down to these first few engagements. The Immortals are going to be doing a lot better than the Stalkers until the Stalkers get into a critical mass, and then I believe the mass Stalker is going to be better.
Exactly. So basically, LeoRusher has to retain these Stalkers, has to build them up over time, has to make sure he doesn't bleed out too many.
Great catch.
Clashing, big catch here. One Stalker goes down.
Oh, and he sets off the Immortal Shield as well. That is huge. This is a great start for Leo.
Beautiful start here for LeoRusher. Shield batteries are finishing up now. There is no Nexus, there is no overcharge available here on the low ground, but we have shield batteries nonetheless. We do see ButAlways backing off, going for the War Prism, which means he can try to bypass the wall, could try to slip into the main.
Yeah, Lee's going to have to be careful that he positions his Stalkers the right way, that he does deny that. The Sentry as well is really scary here. If those Immortals get into the main and the Sentry force fields that ramp, the Immortal can depower the, take out one of the pylons in the main.
Exactly, the Prison Belt! As the Prison does overextend, does get sniped here, big pick up there by LeoRusher, going for the Immortal as well. He has momentum, but he's bleeding out a little bit too much.
Ooh. Yeah, this might have been an overextension. He might have just got a little bit too excited about taking down the Prism, split his fire, and lost a few shots trying to go for the Immortal, and maybe has just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, but it's still looking like a decent position for him.
Yeah, LeoRusher just maybe a little bit too cavalier. They're a little bit too premature to pull the trigger. Stalkers are going down, and it looks like ButAlways he's breaking through.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscontrol there, getting a little bit too excited trying to get that Immortal, and loses so many of these Stalkers. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it really is. It was a good start for LeoRusher, but maybe just misjudging the situation or respecting the army enough there, being lured into a false sense of security, and with that, the natural base has been broken. The production is being camped. We do have a gateway in the main base. We have that proxy gateway across the map. Adepts are being warped in to harass, but with breaking in, the main base is compromised.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing at home to deal with this. Beautiful force fields as well, just locking that in, and ButAlways is going to be our next qualifying player.
GG. Congratulations here to ButAlways. He will take the 3-0. He qualifies for the closed qualifier. My condolences to LeoRusher. Again, he's the best player in all of Singapore. He's an amazing player in his own right. But this PvP was very chaotic. Unlike the previous series where we saw, at least in Game 3, between Dash and Lemon, where they had more of a macro game, here, very chaotic, very intense series, and we never got into a third base, we never got into a 3-base economy. It was just like 1 base or 2 base aggression, and yeah, LeoRusher just was unable to keep up with ButAlways.
Yep, exactly. It was a little bit rough in the end there, but yeah, ButAlways, he's a bit of a master of that 3-gate Robo. I know that's a signature build of his in PvP, and he played it very well.
Oh, he did. He was actually doing it yesterday as well. Like, I think we casted a series between ButAlways, and I think it was ButAlways and Lemon. Let me just double check. No, it wasn't Lemon. Who was it? It was another Protoss player. But we casted ButAlways, and he did the same build every game. Every single game he went for the 3-gate Robo 1-base all-in, and didn't work out, but you know, he was committed.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a classic play for him. I feel like I've seen him do it like every series I see him play PvP.
Yeah. It was ButAlways versus Jim. That's it. ButAlways versus Jim.
Okay, yeah.
But with that,
Jin's very good as well.
Yeah, he's, you know, one of the best Protoss in China. It's pretty damn good. Not as good as Firefly, but As with that, I believe we are wrapping up our qualifier here because we have our qualified players wrapping up. Mentioned before that Misaki qualified over Moku. We have ButAlways, of course, qualifying over LeoRusher. Lemon qualified over Dash, and Kingslayer and Nashin are still mid-series in a TBT, but they've been going at it for quite some time, and it's unlikely that we can catch them. It's possible that they may even be in their final game, so we won't be able to. I don't think we'll be able to sink our teeth into that.
You'll just leave them to it. They're just like, what the Terrans want to do in private, that's none of our business.
I feel
they can.
Yeah, I feel like I'm interrupting. Like I feel like a third wheel if I like try to slip in, like there.
Yeah, it's probably it's for the best if we don't know what they're up to. Terrans. Things get a bit weird when you put two Terrans in a room and close the door behind them.
I don't want to see. I don't. I feel like I'm gonna get scarred. I want to leave it up to my imagination.
It's not for the faint of heart. Yeah.
So that TBT is underway, and yeah, with that, we're basically kind of wrapping up here. If you maybe noticed that there were some players from this region that you didn't see in the qualifiers, and you're maybe concerned that they're not going to be a part of the season, as a reminder, there were 8 players invited into the closed qualifier. So these players are qualifying to face off against them. So that it's going to be quite a stacked bracket there in that closed qualifier.
Yeah, that'll be definitely something to look forward to. You get to see a few more Zergs.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, a Zerg.
Well, I mean, in the closed qualifier, just to quickly go over it, we have Haas, Maxed, SCV as the Protoss players that were invited. We have Oriana and XY as the Terrans, and we have Gogo Joey and Silky as the Zergs.
There you go. You got more Zergs than Terrans.
It was the same amount. What do you mean?
Actually, no, that's true. It's going to be 4 after the call. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
The propaganda. You're just creating your own narrative.
Look, it says 4 and 3 on my screen.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, the closed qualifier are going to be tomorrow. So, in less than 24 hours, we're going to be live on this channel with the closed qualifiers to determine who makes it into the main regional here for the Asia region of EPT Spring. So, the StarCraft does continue. We're merely halfway through.
I know on top of that as well, because T-Bull has given up his spot, we're going to be seeing a 5th player go through as well, and I believe it's based on EPT standings.
True. So, between Dash, LeoRusher, Moku, and the loser of Kingslayer and Nashin, depending on who has more EPT points, they will be invited into the closed qualifier as well. Unless you want to do some math, I'm not so certain who that's going to be, actually.
I don't want to do some math, so we'll find out when we find out.
We'll find. You know what? We'll find out when we find out. I like it. True.
Make Sinistro do the math.
Exactly. Yeah, Sinistro is going to be on it. But so yeah, with that, we're going to be done for now. If you are unsatiated, if you want some more StarCraft action, I'm going to be live here in 2 hours' time with the EPT Spring Europe qualifier, the 2nd Open European qualifier. And before we do end the night, we have confirmation that Kingslayer did take down Nashin 3-0. Kingslayer qualifies the closed qualifier.
Powerful. Looks like, yeah, most of these qualifying players just going through without even dropping maps. So it's going to be fierce competition in that closed qualifier.
There we go. Fierce competition indeed. So GG, congratulations to all of our qualified players here tonight. And as a reminder, we have the European qualifier in 2 hours, and we have the Americas. We have the Americas qualifier in like 8 hours time from here as well, to determine who also makes it through in the other regions.
Does that mean you're gonna eat now, or are you gonna nap now?
I only have 2 hours, mate. I don't know if I can nap for an hour. Maybe I can.
Are you not on the 20-minute nap trap?
20 minutes?
Have you not heard about this? Okay, this is
Okay, good.
bam, Slack facts for you.
Okay.
Around 20 minutes is where you start to fall into stage 3 sleep, which is like the first dipping into deep sleep. So basically your sleep works in 90-minute cycles, and the first 20 minutes is light sleep, and then the next like 60 minutes is like heavy sleep, and then the last 10 minutes is where you're like having your REM and you're like dreaming and stuff like that. So if you only nap for 20 minutes, you don't fall into deep sleep, so you don't get like drowsy or anything. You just get like a little bit of a nap, but without feeling drowsy.
Okay. I think the problem with that is if I'm gonna wake up, I need to set an alarm, but that means I have to also predetermine when I'm going to fall asleep, right? Like I'm gonna be lying down, but
So basically,
yeah.
I just put 20 minutes, and like if you sleep, you sleep. Doesn't really matter.
Oh,
You just don't think about it.
Okay.
But yeah. So like the nap times are 20 minutes or 90 minutes.
I could sleep for 90 minutes. I could try.
Yeah. Because otherwise you have that thing where like you wake up and you just don't even know what planet you're on, or like what day it is, or what time it is, or like whether the sun still exists, or whether everything was just like a weird dream up until this point.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I might try to get a bit of a nap here because, again, the European qualifier is in 2 hours. So if you want to tune into some more StarCraft, then mark your calendars. We're going to be live. I believe I'm going to be joined by Yaku. Yaku of the Zaku is going to be joining me for the European qualifier. So we'll have a co-caster there at least. And I'll do my best to stay awake and try to cast the Americas qualifier after that as well. Fun fact, I actually missed out on the Americas qualifier today. This morning, because I was just coughing my lungs out, and I just couldn't do it. I was dying, Poppy. I was dying. So yeah. But
fair call. I mean, if you feel rough again after AE, have some sleep. It'll be covered.
I'll do my best, Poppy. I'll do my best. But yeah, thank you so much, Asher, for joining me today. It's been a very long time since we've casted together. Maybe we can cast together again. I didn't get to ask my question. The entire time I was gonna ask, what have you been up to? Have you been playing much StarCraft recently? Like, what's been going on?
No. I haven't played StarCraft for like 2 or 3 months, I think. I think I'm done.
Oh.
But it's still fun to watch them cast sometimes.
Okay, fair enough. What have you been playing?
I've been not well. I started uni at the start of March, so I haven't been playing much of anything. I've been really busy, but I played a bit of. Have you heard of Palia?
I've not.
It's kind of like Stardew, but like an MMO. So it's like one of these games where it's like you get your own little house and you get your farm, and then you go out into like the more open world area where you can do all your like Animal Crossing stuff, where you make friends with the villagers and like you play with other people and you can hunt and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then you come back and you're like adding furniture and dressing your house up and doing all your farming and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Fair enough. You started uni. What's going on? What are you studying?
Yeah.
What's happening? I missed that. I had no idea.
Health science. Yeah, I think I decided 2 weeks out from when it started to do it. It's very impulsive.
Health what?
Health science.
Health science. Ooh. That is very different to what you're currently doing as your profession. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hopefully going to get me towards doing psychology stuff.
Okay. So that's a pretty big career change, I feel, compared to what you're doing now. Are you just done? Did you just want like a change?
I never wanted to do software dev long term.
Okay. Fair enough.
But it was a go-to lockdown job. It was actually so good for that.
Yeah. Never go outside.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now it's time to touch grass.
I wish you the best. You're a brave man. Brave. But I wish you the best in your studies. Do you know how long the course is? Are you like fast tracking yourself and like going like on a like more daily basis, or like what's? What's happening?
No, so I'm doing it part-time because I'm still working, but so if you do it full-time, it's an 8-month course. Because I'm doing it part-time, it's going to be anywhere between 12 and 16 months.
Okay.
But it's pretty convenient. Like, I'm studying just down the road, so it's like a 15-minute walk to get to uni.
Okay. Nice. Sounds good.
Been good.
Does it feel weird going back to uni, like back to studying?
It's weird because last time I studied, I was 18.
Yeah.
And now that I'm like a lot older than that and everyone else is 18, it's, yeah, you forget that like, to me, it doesn't feel like that much time has passed, but then I'm like, these 18-year-olds are like basically school kids that are still like calling the teacher sir and having to be reminded to do their work as if it's homework. And I'm kind of like, I didn't even realize, but I'm like rocking up to it with like a workforce mindset.
Yeah.
Where it's just kind of like, oh, I just need to do this and this and this. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much easier than it was when I was 18.
Yeah, I get that. It's gonna. I was gonna say that I wonder if it's gonna be weird, like interacting with like Zoomers, but at the same time, because like I guess because of the nature of because of the nature of like online stuff, right? Like, you know, you already interact with like younger people anyway. Like whether it's like, you know, like I don't know, like Oreo for example, or Migs and stuff like that. Like you're already, yeah, you're young at heart. It's not as jarring, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We're already like right on the cusp, and I feel like if you're like terminally online, you're basically a Zoomer anyway.
True.
It's been fine in that way, but it's also been weird. And literally, my story that I keep coming back to is we had the icebreakers in the first week, and everyone's talking about what their hobbies are, and half of these people just like didn't have hobbies because they've just finished VCE. Just like, it's so weird.
Fair. But, you know, wish you the best. Wish you the best in your studies. Again, doesn't sound like it's going to be for too long. You know, for a year, maybe a year and a half. Wish you the best.
Yeah.
And, yeah, maybe we can cast again sometime.
Yes.
And maybe even talk about StarCraft
maybe
a little
after.
bit.
No, I refuse.
Let's go. Okay, well, with that, I'm going to be heading off. Asher, when stream? What's happening? When's the next Palio stream? Palio
Never.
Stream even.
I'm definitely not streaming till at least June or July if I do.
Fair enough. Well, if people want to tune in to some Asher action, !Asher in the chat, AsherBro in the chat even, you can get a link to his social media. Doesn't stream almost ever, but you know what? One day he's going to stream, and you want to be following him when he does. You know, you want to be there for the Rufus cam, because that's really the only reason why you should tune in. Rufus.
Yes. You can see the old... I think I still have the old show matches of the Australian off-racing players up on my Twitch. So that's still there, and those are really fun.
Yeah.
If you ever get really bored. And then, yeah, my Twitter still has nothing on it except occasionally getting angry about JK Rowling. So that's that.
I'm telling you, need to just post pictures of Rufus. Just post pics.
I already do that on Instagram.
Do it on Twitter as well.
Maybe. Anyway, since you actually stream, let's shout out your stream.
Oh, I haven't streamed in years, Pappy, years, but ! Light in the chat. Oh my god, Ash is all over it. I do plan on streaming eventually. I'm still a little bit under the weather, and I'm just waiting to clear myself up. I have yet to ladder on the new patch. I want to smooch, Pappy. I want to experience the new maps and cry and just be depressed about it, but feel good at the same time because we like the pain. So that's you can experience that there over on my channel. Otherwise, here on the CranKy Ducklings, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings, as we're live here on a daily basis. I mentioned before that we have been a little bit lighter on the cast recently. We've still been trying to cast on a daily basis, but we've been missing some broadcasts here and there, like ESL Americas and ESL Europe and other events, just because we've still been trying to recover, but we're almost there. We're almost at 100%, and once we are, non-stop StarCraft here on the CranKy Ducklings. We got you.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Touch that shock button all day, every day.
Yeah, don't touch the grass. Touch the StarCraft.
Let's go. All right. Cool.
With that, thanks so much for watching. We're going to be heading off here, and we'll see you guys in a couple of hours for some more StarCraft action. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.